What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you a game called Mutual Mania. This game came out in 1999 and it is for 2 to 6 players ages 11 and up. Now, as you can tell by the box, Mutual Mania is one of those games that has to deal with the stock market. You're going to be buying and selling different types of funds throughout the game, and the object of the game is to have the most amount of money by the time the game ends. There are some cards that are going to make the market go up, some that are going to go down. There's also some personal event cards that you're going to have to contend with, in which you're probably going to get some money for completing a task or losing money to the bank, similar to Community Chest Monopoly. But I'll go ahead and show you how it works. Check it out. Okay, folks, as always, I'm going to go ahead and show you the components first, and then I'm going to talk about the game. Of course, you have your game board here. It's kind of got this Monopoly style type of thing going on where you basically roll and then you move and then you just follow the instructions that are on the space that you land on. These are the 4 cards that are going to be picked up throughout the game. There's different spaces for them, such as this one and this one and this one, etc. The market maker cards are the cards that are going to make the stock prices go up. Certain stocks according to the card. It could be 1 stock, it could be 3 stocks. The market breaker is the opposite. It's going to have stock prices going down on certain stocks if you land on that space. Personal event cards are cards that are typically get your car repaired, have to pay money, or you might have to get money from the bank. You may get some money. So it's one of the, it works kind of like a chance card of Monopoly. And the world event cards are typically cards that work the same as market maker or market breaker cards. The stocks will either go up or down if you draw one of these cards. And speaking of the stocks, here they are. You have 9 different stocks right here, and you have, I'll go ahead and show you this. You have 3 different risks that are involved. You have the low risk funds, the medium risk funds, and the high risk funds. And typically the way that works is if you purchase a low risk fund, there's really not much of a worry about losing any money. However, you're not going to be gaining a lot of money either. If one of the stocks go up, it could go up like $1 to $5 or something like that. Medium risk, it works the same way, only the amounts are a little bit bigger. And the high risk, of course, are the biggest amounts. It could usually, in a typical high risk mutual fund, the stocks will either jump up really high or they'll sink really low. And there's 9 of these different stocks, and they're all listed over here, and you can buy them in either 100 units or 500 units. And of course, this is all the money that you can use, and everybody's going to get a set amount of money at the beginning of the game. Of course, these are your pawns, and then your dice. This is the, also I forgot, this is the fund tracking board. At the beginning of the game, you're going to put a $10 price on each one of these stocks. And throughout the game, they're going to go either up or down. So typically what you're going to want to do is you'll try to buy the stock and hope that it goes up in price, and then you can try to sell it back to the market for the price that it is currently set at. At the start, there's 4 different quarters here, and this basically only matters because certain cards are going to have different amounts. The stock goes up or down depending on what the quarter is. You're going to just basically roll these dice, and if you roll doubles, you're going to roll again, and then you'll move a pawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this one says, all receive $1 interest per unit of the money market fund. Now, the money market fund, that doesn't go up or down at all. That price stays the same. But in this particular case, if I said it had a 200 units of a money market fund, I would get $200. So let me go ahead and just say that I land on a money market maker right here. I'll go ahead and I'll draw the card. And the card says, if you own 5 or more different funds, collect $4,000. If you own 4 different, collect, etc., etc. That's one idea of a market fund, but this is typically what they look like. You'll see that a market maker, in this one it says applies to the emerging markets bond or fund, and depending on what quarter that you're in, if you're in the first quarter, which is the bottom of the board, it will go up 80 cents. If you're on the second quarter, which is the left side, it will go up $1, etc. Now throughout the game, you're going to, anytime the stocks change, you're going to be writing them into these little spaces over here. So if a balance went up 50 cents or whatever, and this is typically how it works, they'll say like balance is up 50 cents. So what you'll do is you'll times that 50 cents by 100, and that'll be $50. So then if this is $10, this will now say $60, and that'll be the current price that you can purchase it for or sell it back for. Now throughout the game, if you land on a market maker, market breaker, or a world event, you'll be able to purchase one fund during your turn. And you can purchase as many of those funds as you'd like. So you can buy 300 of these government bonds if you like, but yeah, it has to be one particular unit. And also, this spot kind of works a little bit like a go at the start of the year. If you have the government bond fund, you'll get what's called an interest income, and then you'll roll one die. And whatever you roll in this little chart over here, say I had 100 shares of the government bond and I rolled the 3, I would get $60. And of course, this increases the more shares that you have. There's also a jackpot spot on here. There's a little money that goes into this spot, and occasionally during a personal event or something like that, you might have to put money into the jackpot. And if you land on this space right here, you're going to win the jackpot. So anyway, you're basically going to be playing the game and going around the board and buying stocks, selling stocks, buying stocks, selling stocks, having to possibly pay money to the bank, possibly give money to somebody, take money from somebody, and it just kind of goes like this. And typically this game doesn't really have a time limit. You can play it as long as you want. So my thoughts on this game. Well, we have a few stock market games in our collection here, and this game pretty much plays similar to most of them as far as buying and selling of the funds. This space is different, and then, you know, the personal event and world event cards, they kind of add a little bit of variety to the game. One of the issues that I have with this game is the fact that there's way more reward than risk. If you look at the market maker spaces and the market breaker spaces, there's a few more of these market maker spaces on the board. So you have a greater chance of drawing one of these cards than one of these cards. And also on these world event cards, there are about 3 times as many cards where the stocks are going to go up as opposed to going down. I don't know why that is, this many of those and that many of those. The game would be a lot better, I think, if they would balance this out to where there'd be an even amount of risk and reward as opposed to the way it is. It's just kind of unbalanced. Of course, you could just take out some of these world event cards to balance it out better. As far as this game goes, I would say it's average. There's nothing truly special about it. I mean, it's got its own unique elements, but I've got a few other stock market games, and I like them a little bit better than this one. And the main issue I have is just the fact that there's more reward than risk in this game. But all in all, I mean, the game is okay. I mean, there's better games out there. But anyway, this is how the game is played, and I hope you enjoy the review. If you like the review, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks, everyone.